Heyo everyone, it's AJ, and today it's Monday. You know what that means. It's Manga Monday! Yeah! And I have brought a volume I've been waiting to talk about for ages. Oh, see the moment I seen the cover? Oh, glorious. And that is the one, the only, the last volume of Bungo Stray Dogs Beast. Oh, like, look how fucking beautiful this cover is. I am absolutely fucking obsessed with it. It just looks so good. Like, oh, just like all the things in this cover are just in itself like amazing. The fact that like down here, right? You probably can't see it from here, but I'll enlarge it. Like, it's the first cover of the first volume, so like obviously the fact that this is like alternative universe and all of that, but it's just like, hey, look, it's connected. And then it's just, oh, and there's like Chuya and everything like that, and like, oh, and then an Oda up at the top here. Oh, just everything's just so good about this cover. So obviously as we go into it, it's just going to be an epic conclusion for what is an epic story of Beast. Also, the volume is a thick boy as well, which is even better. Gotta love a thick boy. So anyway, as we carry on to the rest of the story, we've follow where we left off on volume 3, where Ashi is basically just starting to have his mental breakdown because we got the past of what happened when he went to the orphanage, where he wasn't meant to go because Dazai told him not to, and guess what he did? He went to the fucking orphanage on his birthday, didn't he? And we get the last panel of the last volume where it's like, hey, happy birthday, here's a watch. Because at the orphanage, we're just going to control you with time. And if you have your own watch, that means you're an adult now, and you are you, and everything like that. So we're going to control you with that. So, trauma. Trauma watch. Gotta love a trauma watch, Sally. So, the volume kicks off, just carrying on with that backstory. The first page, the coloured page, oh, like, the reds and everything. Obviously, the director is very dead after actually just, and oh wow, and it's just like, damn. So we get the backstory of obviously Atsusi's torment and whatnot, and how he's treated at the orphanage, even getting a wee appearance from Shibusawa, and how he was hired to come and experiment on him because it was like, well, why the fuck is this child turning into a tiger? And, well, if you obviously watched Dead Apple or read Dead Apple, you know that he did not survive. So, yeah, there's that. But, in amongst all of that, basically, as she's kind of reliving it and whatnot, and realising that the director basically did a lot of things to him, but also tried to do things in which she would purposely make him hate him to try and make him better. It's really fucked up. It's really fucked up. So, naturally, you know, as you do it in a fight, you just be like, so here's my tragic backstory. Atagawa just goes, well, that just sounds like guilt, being honest. And Ashi does not like the sound of that. So, there we go. Ashi's snapping, he's just going fucking crazy. And Atagawa makes a good point. It's like, well, you're using your guilt and your regret as a means to, like, push yourself forward. And, well, Ashley doesn't like that because he's like, no. Like, I didn't realise there was another thing. And Atagawa just like, no, you're a weak bitch. So yeah, so that just sets off actually just like more so, but Atagawa has like that wee little moment, and he's like, he actually relates to him and saying like, oh yeah, I actually here's a wee bit of relativity between us two now, right? I have my regrets. That's what drives me forward because I regret that I lost my sister like 4.5 years ago. So, but I do not regret what I have to do to try and get her back in my life. So I'm going to kill you now, so bye-bye. And at that lovely little moment, Gin appears over the tannoy and be like, hey, don't, fuck off. Obviously not like that, but you know, like, she tells him to leave and goes like, get out and whatnot. It's like, I don't want to see you, I don't want to be with you, just get out, save yourself kind of thing. And Atsuka was just like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, I'm here to get you back and whatnot. It's like, what can I do to, like, why won't you see me, everything like that. It's like, why are you telling me to go away? I don't want to lose you again. I've just found you after, like, 4.5 years. And she's just very blunt and just basically being like, well, you're somewhat not of a good person. Like, you were born on, like, the side of evil. Like, oh, way to, like, hurt your brother, like, in the heart. So she's basically like, no, like, it's best if we're separated, and thankfully, all I want is if you just leave here and you're alive, I will be happy with that, because I know you're alive. I don't want you trying to carry on, because you're going to die, and I don't want that. I still care about you that way, but I don't really want you in my life, because you're probably going to get me killed. It's like, thanks, Geen. Even though, like, the illustration of her, like, talking and as she's crying, like, so beautiful. Like, oh, Hoshikawa, honestly, oh, their artwork is just the fucking best. And yes, this is now another episode of I will be gushing over Hoshikawa's artwork. Because it is the fucking best. I love it. And, oh, this volume is just, like, peak, like, artwork, like, all the action scenes, everything, how everyone's illustrated, how it rips my heart apart. It is just top tier. Oh, so with that, like, obviously Atagawa is, like, screaming up to the ceilings, because basically Tanoi is up there and, like, looking at the cameras and obviously like, Geen, like, what the fuck? Ashley just takes this moment to go, like, you know what? I'm gonna crash into you, let's go out the window. Let's carry this fight outside. Literally. It's like, it doesn't matter if we're so many floors up and whatnot, like, let's take this outside. So, as they start to fall outside into a lovely little air fight, we cut to Dazai and Oda still in bar looping, and oh, how this scene hurts me the most. Oh god, I hate it already. See, just like thinking about it, I just want to cry. But yeah, so Dazai invites Oda to have a seat, and I was like, what's he drinking, what's his poison, whatnot, and he's like tapping like the seat next to him, being like, hey, this is your seat, sit here, because like, even though we've never met before, we've never drank here before, this is where we sit, and that's where you sit. And it hurts so much, because the beginning is like, well, wait, if we met before, like, if we've been, is like, no, it's like, no, this is the first time, this is also the first time I've drank here, but yeah, this is our thing. I was like, oh no. So he invites him to sit down. He sits a seat away from him, so the seat in the middle is empty. Dazai just staring at it like for like a moment and just being like, ah, of course, this is how it's going to be. And then just goes around the bar and makes Oda's cocktail. Like, ah, yes, because the bartender just isn't around, and we're just like, nah, stuff it. Let's just, I'm just going to make my own drink, and I'm going to make your drink, and you're not going to touch it because you don't trust me in the slightest, which is reasonable. And I'm just going to talk shit at you until you start drinking your drink. Like, the fact that, like, Dazai just, like, starts talking to Oda, like, it was just, like, the normal Dark Era, and he's just talking shite about, like, oh, I took care of a bomb today, and everything like that, and here's this, like, horrible food that I made, but I want you to try it, and it's like, oh, no. It fucking hurts, like, just everything about the Lupin scene just hurts so much, you know? Oh, jeez. So, especially because, like, Dazai looks so happy as he's, like, telling Oda these things. It's like, hey, this is what's happened in my day today and whatnot. And he looks so happy. And, like, there's light in his eyes and everything. It's just like, that's probably the happiest Dazai's been for so long in that universe. And it's so fucking painful to think about it that way. Because obviously, this is, at this point, they're like, he's like 22 and everything like that. It's not like in the original Dark Era where he's like 18 and whatnot, right? So, it hurts so much more than the fact that Dazai's probably just been, like, fucking depressed as fuck, because then all the stuff he had to do, like, take over the mafia and everything like that. Oh, he's probably never really had that bit of joy, because obviously he's never had Oda and whatnot. He's never had like the wee interactions like going to Lupin and whatnot when he was younger. So the fact that this is his one time of going, and he gets suspended with Oda, who wants to like slap him essentially. Like, he doesn't trust him in the slightest, and yet like Dazai doesn't care. He's just treating Oda like he normally would. Well, he would like in the Dark Era, and it just hurts. It just hurts so much. And then the fact that like Dazai just like brings up was like, oh, I heard that you got a book award and whatnot, and it's like, oh no. And then they talk about it, and it's like Oda just be like, oh yeah, well, like, I want to make this story, but they like publishers want me to write this story, and it's like, I don't know how to write the story I want to write. And Dazai's just like, nah, you're good. Like, you have everything that you need. You're good, fam. And Oda just been like, see, I would appreciate that. If it wasn't for the fact I just met you for the first time and you're like in the Port Mafia, you're literally my enemy. It's like, yeah, good point. And then obviously Oda then eventually brings up the question in hand, being like, well, the point of this is that one of my men is in danger that's in your like headquarters and whatnot, so I want to make a deal. And Dazai just feels like, oh yeah, so I know Atagawa's in there, he's gonna be fine as long as he gets out, like, I planned this all, like, because Oda's like, I'm gonna make sure that nobody comes after him, especially after today, like, everyone's gonna go after him. And Dazai just goes, yeah, that ain't gonna happen, that's alright, I've all planned for that, like, nobody's gonna go after him tomorrow, it'll be fine. And then Oda just goes, well, funny you should say that, Port Mafia boss Dazai, and then basically like brings out a gun and be like, yeah, I don't trust you for fucking shit. And it's like, oh no, because Hoshikawa, knowing exactly what they're doing, did a full illustration of the page from the light novel from this moment. Like, the pain in Dazai's eyes, the fact that like Oda is just like hating him and shit. Oh my god. Even like the middle panel of them just sitting and looking by themselves. That whole page just fucking hurts so much. I cried when I read it in the light novel. I cried when I read it. Just the fact that it's just like actual scene. Well, the exact same fucking scene and same page, but obviously in Hoshikawa style. Oh no, the pain that brings. It's just so mean. And then Dazai brings up like, hey, we were like pals in another life, so there's like multiple lives and whatnot, and seeing another world in the real world, and it's like, oh no. It's like, we were friends, we were colleagues, we were besties. And then it's like all the flashbacks, and then it's like Oda's flashback to like how he died and everything, like scene for scene, and it's just like seeing the wee orphans like blowing up, and like obviously Dazai trying to stop him from going after Mimic, and then obviously seeing him dead. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. And then obviously talks about how there's multiple worlds and whatnot, and it's like different Dazais and all that. And obviously their relationship with Oda. And I just love the fact there's that panel, and it's all the multiple versions of Dazai. And the fact that there's like a pirate Dazai, there's gamer Dazai, and all like the femme Dazais. I'm like, oh, I want their stories. Especially pirate Dazai. It's just like, yes. So it's like, I want those stories. Like, see, even just like a teeny little like short stories of like each kind of little Dazai and what they roughly get up to in their like wee worlds. That would be cool. But anyway, and then you get the kind of mirrored panel, and it's like them in that world, so obviously the Beast world, and then like reflected as the real world, so like obviously the mainline story. And obviously generally everyone's the same, but Atsushi and Atagawa are like swapped sides about what side are they on, whether it's like the side of the Port Mafia or the side of the agency. And oh, Honestly, Hoshikawa just fucking nails these illustrations, man. They're so good. Oh, and like Dazai's all like, explaining this and being like, "Oh, Odasaku!" Like the whole time he's calling him Odasaku, which is what also just hurts. And then Oda just gets to the point and be like, "Stop calling me Odasaku. My enemies have no right to call me that." The pain. Honestly, like I said, this fucking scene actually just rips my heart apart, rips it out of my chest, throws it to the ground, stomps it on it until I die. Like, it just hurts so much. And Oda's like, still very much pointing the gun at him. Dazai's just looking like he wants to cry himself at the fact that Oda is holding a gun against him. And he asks him for one request as he tries to leave, because like Oda's like, well, is this a trap? Am I actually going to get out of here alive and whatnot? And Dazai's just like, yeah, there's no trap here. Like, I'm not going to kill you. Like, I just wanted to say goodbye to you, because if you have somebody that special in your life, you want to say goodbye to them. No! Honestly. Fuck you, Dazai. So, he gets up and he asks Oda, it's like, hey, if you're going to shoot me, by the way, which I don't blame you in the slightest if you want to, but, like, can you at least not do it in here, because it's too special in here, and you have, like, Ango, and, like, younger baby Dazai, like, Dark Hero Dazai, just kind of looking at the side of them. Honestly, that just fucking hurts, and it's just because of, and then there's, like, the panel of them all clinking their glasses, and it's just, like, this is, oh! I can't handle this. And the fact that obviously, like, Oda just goes, right, I'm not gonna shoot you in here. Dazai thanks him and says goodbye for, like, the last time. And then it's just, like, Oda just goes, yeah, goodbye. And it's like, no! The fucking horse. Oh, but then we cut from the pain to, let's go to the sky fight. Yay! So, Atagawa and Ashishi are just fighting it out in the air. Atagawa's going like, yeah, I'm gonna die, because, like, I really can't handle this. It's like, how the fuck is Ashishi just, like, continuously healing himself? You're like, this is insane. And then a steel beam appears, just goes, whoop! Atagawa was just like, what the fuck is that? And then across the way, there's Kenji, like, hi! Can I throw another one? So there's Kenji and Kurakida, like, coming to the rescue to try and help him. And Kenji's just like, hey, grab onto this. Voomp. Like, steel beam just flying through, like, nobody's business. Atagawa was just like, I think I can reach that, and goes, goom, and then just flies with it. And then, like, hits the building. So we're back hitting on the Port Mafia building, but they just flew out of it the window. And Atagawa was thinking, right, great, I'm safe, it's fine, like, the tiger's gonna fall down, like, he can try and go get Gin. And no, so he's actually grabbed onto part of the Rashomon, like his jacket and whatnot, and he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill you, bitch. So then we have the fight on the building. Like, and Ashishi is in absolute fucking psycho mode at this point, right? He is just like, no, I need to kill you. No, like, there's no other choice. I have to kill you. I have to keep my promise to the director, because if you get away, I will fail, and I'm not having that. It's like, okay. Also, how, like, Ashishi is illustrated in these fucking psycho moments. Oh, they're so good. So good. It looks fucking epic, though. Like, so they're, like, at each other, going against this building. Like, they're slowly making their way up. Like, but the fight scenes are just insane. Like, they look so good. And, like, actually is getting some good-ass hits on him and whatnot. And Atagawa's just realised, like, he can't go from distance. He needs to, like, be up close. Like, basically, he has to be, like, melee range rather than, like, offensive range. And, oh, it's not going well. It gets to the point where they're basically at the top of the rooftops, and Atagawa, like, activates like the most that he can do at that moment in time of Rashomon, and like the highest level that he can do, and knocks himself unconscious. So he is still being able to defend himself while he is unconscious. Like, that is mad skills. Like, insane. It looks fucking cool though, the fact that obviously you've seen how like Rashomon works and whatnot. Every time like Ashley is like trying to hit him through it, and then you get like the wee bubble and whatnot, and he's just like passed out. And the fact that like actually it takes him like a couple of minutes to realise what as he's attacking him on the top of this like building, the fact that he's actually unconscious at this point, it's just like, oh, you unconscious bitch, right, I'm gonna knock you out over the side of the building that we just came from. Gets to the point, Atagawa's now on his back, he's basically at the teetering edge of the building, and he's just like, yeah, this is how I'm gonna die again. Like, he's like, I've got nothing in me, I don't know how, like, I can go against, I should say, he literally is the White Reaper, he just doesn't seem to fucking die or anything like that. Anything I do, he just seems to be magically healed, and it's not cool. And then we have Kurakira like screwing through like a speaker being like, oi bitch, get the fuck up. It's like, we did not just like hack into this fucking like security office just for you to be a little bitch and give up fighting. So I'm gonna tell you now, because like I think I was just like, oh no, I'm a monster and everything like that. It's like, this is all I'm good for, like I'm only good for hurting people, blah 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 blah. And Kurakira goes, no, you're not a monster, come to the side of good, and you're now officially part of the agency. Boom! Here we go! The power of the agency! I'll fix it because I'm and oh, Atagawa can now use like peak Rashomon, and then oh, Achashi is fucked. Like, yeah. And then fight number 2 again. It's like round 2 of the fucking fight on the rooftop. At least this time that Atagawa was actually conscious for it. So basically they beat the living shit out of each other, but Atagawa comes out and Atagawa comes out on top. Like, actually he's just like, where the fuck were you storing this power, because I was defeating you like 2 seconds ago, like this isn't cool. And it's just, Atagawa was just like, yeah, I'm not really sure either, but like it's a thing, and like I won, so suck it. No, so actually he's just like, right, okay, kill me because I can't live up to like the director's promise and whatnot, so like you need to kill me now, like I can't go on like this. And Atagawa just goes up, considers it, and then goes, nah bitch, I'm not doing this. And the wee panel of Jushi's face is just like, as he's been like rejected of his own death, he's just like, it's just good. But yeah, so the fact that like Atagawa was just like, yeah, I'm not dealing with like your trauma, bitch, like you need to sort yourself out, but don't worry, I'll be waiting for you to punch the living daylights out of you when you fix yourself. It's kind of like in the mainline story how like Ashley goes like, hey, I'll wait for you like in 6 months time, and then we'll have like a fight to the death again, like we're good bro, right? And as Atagawa goes like, nah, I'm no fucking doing this, lo and behold, here comes Dazai, just be like, oh, congrats guys, that was a great fight, I wish I had popcorn. I wish he actually did say that, that would be funny. But yeah, so naturally the fact that Atagawa is now seeing the man in black, and he's just like, right, I'm now going to try and kill you now. And he's just like, no, Dazai's like, no, it's fine, like I planned all of this from the beginning, see, like all those many moons ago, yeah, I planned all of this, like not just this wee fight, but all the way back to 4.5 years ago. I planned it all, bitch, planned it all. And reasonably, Atagawa was like, I don't believe this, I'm not happy with you because this is fucking shit for what you've done to me. And it's like, yeah, but see, the thing is, I've done all of this for this world. Like, it's all for the future because I needed you to come together to realise the true epic power that you two have together. And this world needs protecting, and I need you to do it for me. Because, have you heard of this thing called the book? And the book is a fucking pain. And it's now, like, hit the anime now, so, like, fuck that. But Oh, no. No, 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 no. So, Dazai explains about how he basically got hold of the book to create this world, but he created a singularity in amongst of using it so that he could connect himself to real life Dazai to get his memories, which is why he knows of it, everything he needed to set up for the future and how he needed them two to come together to protect it. And it's like, oh, well, fuck you, Dazai. Like, he talks about the fact that the guild's going to be appearing, like, literally momentarily, and then not long after that, Fyodor's and the rats are going to appear. And he's like, yeah, I need you to, like, protect the world from that, because we really can't have that, because they're shitebags and I hate them. But the problem with this whole little world is if 3 or more people know about it, the fact that it's, like, being created through a book and whatnot, the world's gonna just, like, collapse, so it's not gonna be stable. And that's when Ashley goes, wait, what? 3 or more? As this is all the while, like, that's like just explaining this casually, and then just walking to, like, the edge of the building as he's just explaining this, just like, yeah, so, like, there's this world, and I just created it, and, like, there's another real life world, and whatnot, so I'm gonna stand on this edge, because now that I've told you to, because only 2 people can know at the same time, I need to now jump off this building and die for once, and we'll be good. Yay! Oh, all the while, like, just before he says that, I should say, like, why would you do this? Like, why would you do that? And it's like, do you really care about this world so much? And he says, well, nah, I don't really care. And he's like, but that's what my other counterparts would say, like, in all the other worlds. But he's like, see, for me personally, in this world, it's the only one where Oda is alive. And he gets to write his book and shit. And I don't get to read it, so I'm pissed off about that, and jumps. Like, fuck's sake, Dazai. Also, what a way to, like, traumatize people, but, like, hey, you just had a fight, like, you have just kind of, like, explored, like, your trauma together and whatnot, but I'm gonna add to it because I'm gonna jump off this building. Yay! I also love, like, the moment where Dazai is, like, came in and whatnot, he obviously, like, compliments Zatagawa and his fighting skills and whatnot. He's like, oh, I've trained, actually, for 4.5 years and everything like that, and you still defeated him, and, well, I'd say you're fired. Also, so is Kyokyo. Like, you two are just to fuck off together, like, nah. Even though it's in a nice way, it's like, hey, you two go off and have a nice life kind of thing. Well, have a happier life in the light and whatnot. But it's just the fact that it's like, yeah, bitch, you're fired. And the fact that actually just goes, yeah. He just takes it. Like, for fuck's sake. Oh, and with that, we get to the epilogue after, like, Dazai's jumped off the building. And it starts off with Akutagawa, like, basically sorting himself, like, into the agency, being, like, a really good member and whatnot. I love the fact that, like, he uses, like, Rashomon to, like, make a hammock for Rampo and then sends him to sleep. And then he just, like, becomes, like, a really integral part, like, of the agency and, like, helps out and whatnot. Even, like, it's the silly thing of, like, right, these papers need to be recycled. And he uses Rashomon to, like, chop them up and whatnot. And Kurokido's just like, I just kind of needed you to put them in the bin. He's like, I didn't really need you to do that part. I just need you to put them in the recycling. Oh. And then we cut to actually waking up in the orphanage with Elise just being like, hey. Also, older Elise, not young lassie Elise. That's a very integral part. And then it's like, oh, here. Mori's here. He didn't really die. He's now just taken over the orphanage that you used to grow up in. But look, it's all nice and cheery. He's now happy. Yay. But Mori being Mori to a degree, being like, hey, here's a watch. Fucking destroy it. And then actually having a little mini breakdown. Being like, no, can't do that. And Mori being like, yeah, so Dazai told me how I was meant to handle you, but I'm going to ignore that and I'm going to tell you this way. So I'm going to do it my way, which is why I'm trying to force you to break a watch that is basically holding your trauma. So you cannot leave here until you break that watch. Oh, the fact that like Ashley goes like, no, I'm not gonna do that just yet, but I want to live, and that's enough for Mori. Mori goes, nope, that isn't enough for today. I will take that. But the fact is like, yes, and from today onwards, you're my son. And I'm like, oh no. But like Ashley crying, like, oh no. The fact like he got a hug, like the boy just needed a hug. Oh, but yeah. So then we get like the wee interceptions of like between like Ashley and the orphanage kind of helping out the kids and whatnot and being slightly happier in his life, and Atagawa like working on jobs with Oda just for all to come together where Atagawa goes into the agency and goes like, hey, you've got somebody waiting for you for a job, and lo and behold, it's Hikuji. And there we go. That now starts off what is basically the mainline story about how eventually the guild now come into this. And that's the end of Beast. And oh my god, was this a great volume, man. Like, how Hoshikawa handled that story. Oh, fan-fucking-tastic. And if you haven't caught any of 15 yet that they're also adapting right now in the manga, oh, you're gonna love it. If you love the Beast series, you're gonna love how they're adapting 15. So, yeah. Honestly, so good. I did not think I was going to love this series as much as I did. Like, when I found out that this was getting a manga adaptation, I was like, oh, alright, okay, cool. And then I did not expect to fall so hard for it, because, oh, so good. Like, even, like, all the cute scenes, like, see when it was, like, all the wee farming scenes with Kenji and Atagawa, like, oh, adorable. But then you have, like, epic, like, action scenes, and, oh, Hoshikawa's artwork just fucking shines like nobody's business. And also, as this is the volume of pain, because all the pain happens in, like, the last part. But, oh, still love it all the same. It's just so good. So, yeah. Beast just never, like, fails to, like, be so good. Whether it's the light novel or now in the manga version. So, definitely pick them up if you haven't. You need a copy. Also, you just need a copy just for this. Like, the artwork's just stunning. And I know I've already went on about it, but come on. Look at it. It's so good. Oh, but yeah. I can't believe it's over. I feel so sad that it's over. I was like looking forward to all the volumes and then it's like, oh, there we go. Sad. Oh, the pain, 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 pain. So, let me know your wee thoughts down below. What did you think of the series yourself? And did you enjoy it? Did you cry? Did you laugh? Just everything. Are you sad to see if it's over, but are you looking forward to any of the other spin-offs that are coming? Have you picked them up yourselves? And yeah. Oh, it's so good to be in a Bungo fandom, isn't it? But anyway, we will have more volumes of different Bungos in the future. So if you like that, subscribe. There's plenty of Bungo content on this channel because, yeah, I'm too obsessed. Oh, but anyway, until next time, I'm AJ, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.